Yeah, out of all, me chacha mo. Oh, baby, mo share me and I'm with me. Okay. I'm say 2 days ago, and your man penny President Nana Addo Danko Akufo-Addo, or your interview at BBC with Nigerian Peter Okwe. Aye. Or your Juma BBC. Na interview ni muno. I'm after interview no crofo be ka ho asem na the president composure sebe amamu di edin amamu yedin pa na sebe obi a no even JSS exam so kra one pass ya na so obi okra sebe onye responsible oti eyi na no aka sampra bokra wo hu so etumi eba be gina ho se president akoye interview eyi BBC na ono aba bigina ho chese obe ewrade nya amamu ye de pa amamu Ghana amamu awa ni nyina aka democracy na obi a sebe chese wontumi ni din kura de man kura so ntro kura wontumi ntro ono akasa even SS exams kura wan pass na so obi gina ho se ono na ebe kire o mampani interview akoko ye o BBC mu de mu mienti interview no. You
know, it's doing. I mean, let's just be honest. It's doing terribly.
Not terribly.
Well, when your inflation in your country, inflation in Ghana.
I don't know the economy in the world that's doing well. Tell me where you are here.
Inflation in Ghana.
The highest inflation.
Well, 15.7%. The Ghanaian cedi has fallen 20% on the dollar. The worst after Russia, which has a lot of sanctions against it.
It's began to firm up. It has begun to firm up. We're seeing the cedi systematically appreciating against the dollar.
People still can't employ. You know, I was just reading today. You know, people in the hospitality industry that you're pushing so hard. You know, having to lay their staff off. We've got taxi driver unions threatening strikes because of spiraling fuel costs. I mean, it doesn't look like a place that I want to go and put my money.
Where will you put your money in the world today? Where will you put your money? In Britain, which is suffering the worst standard of living statistics for over 30 years? All right, let's situate ourselves correctly. The world is going through very difficult times. Ghana is no exception. Nigeria is no exception. There's no country in the world that is escaping the ravages of both COVID-19 and also the impact of the Ukraine. But what you need to look at are where are the elements being put on the ground that look beyond the COVID and beyond the Russian-Ukraine war. And I think you'll find that in Ghana, the recovery program that we have is one that is considered very credible, and it is what is going to give us the opportunity to come out of this period a stronger economy. And it is that future that we're looking at when we're attracting people.
Let's talk about one of the structures that you say you've put in place. The e-levy, a lot of people are calling it a stealth tax on people who already are impoverished. It's a 1.5% tax on people who do business on their mobile phones. So they use their mobile phones to send money or to...
The digital economy, the mobile economy.
Yes, but you're taxing people on money that has already been taxed.
It's the biggest economy is emerging as the biggest economy in the country, and for a long period has not had any taxation at all. So it is important now that they also come into the net. Our country has one of the lowest tax to GDP ratios of any country in West Africa and of an equivalent economy. The ECOWAS area, the general average today, tax to GDP average is about 18%. Ghana, we're at 13%. So consider this if you're talking about a country which is already overtaxed, if anything at all is undertaxed.
Okay, let me take you up on that point. You know, on your low tax ratio to GDP. I'm just going to read this quote to you. It's from John Kwache, who I'm sure you might know is the Director of Research at the Accra-based Institute for Economic Affairs. He says there are several loopholes in our tax system that, if they are plugged, will be able to raise our tax to GDP ratio to something like 20% from the 12% that you're talking about. Are you speaking to experts like him?
First of all, there's a recognition that
he says that there's no need for the e-levy.
Well, that's his point of view.
He's an expert.
But he's an expert. There are experts in government as well, and we think it's necessary, and that's the reason why we...
You think it's necessary to tax people who are already impoverished?
They're not already impoverished. We're talking about people. We're talking about taxing an industry and transactions where a lot of value is being created, and we want to also bring that value into government coffers. I think that is something that is very... There's nothing so... And the levy is not Ghana. It's the only country that has something like a digital tax. Many countries. They will not like it.
Because they're already taxing people who do business online, and then you are taxing as well.
People never like taxes. I don't know any group of people, especially businesses, when taxes are brought to them that like it.
When you hear all these stories, Mr. President, I mean, Ghana was one of the rising stars of, the economic recovery of Africa, so to speak. But when you hear about all these issues with the economy now, what exactly went wrong?
Nothing has gone wrong. We're part of those who have been very badly affected by what has gone on in the last 2 years. Until 2020, since I came into office, 2017, 2018, 2019, the beginning of 2020, we were growing our economy at about 7%. The GDP growth rate. One of the fastest growing economies in the world was the Ghanaian economy. Even in the crunch year of 2020, when the economies of the world dived, Ghana, we still managed a positive rate of growth because the fundamentals of our economy are strong. But it has been a difficult task for all the economies of the world. I think it is important that when you're making the kind of provocative statements that you're making, that you situate yourself. You speak as if you're living in the same time as you and I, where the world economy as a whole has gone through very difficult times. And there's several things that we're doing, which is in the line of being able to pick up our economy again. I have no doubt that next year, if you were to come and speak to me like you're doing today, we will have a different set of facts for us to look at.
Anti interview no end ni. Sabi obia wadwen mu do. Na wo ye badwen ba na asema papa yi kan yi. Nkrofo kan. Nkrofo attacking here and there. What is the sense in that attack? Obetima criticize the president. Obia nka say President Nana Addo nso. I don't think that Nana Addo is afraid of criticism, but we should deal with facts. Sabi interview ye Branty Bisano and some leader Ben a wobeko baby bisa wo say your economy is performing terribly ni niama. Sabi some more kai emudi ewan na eyentro. Say we asimu a Ghana economy was doing good on paper. And I which from 2017, 2018, 2019, even 2020, economic figure no so economy, inflation in any man. And the economy was doing good. And the president was not lying in any way. You live here, you be now kind. Yes. I say any pay tax on me levy no, and yet those who are impoverished and tax on Sabi. You live here, you can't want me. Yeah, I tell Butri high send this Chicago Ghana. Sabi. Yeah, Juma, you walk BB and you send Bidiko. Yan Utria. You walk what Jessica made me could feel sending. I'm a year Juma or Ghana. Sabi here for oh, Nimudu was sending to me sending 100 Ghana cities a day. Ubi a hiano to Ghana, Sabi, onye, you know. Emu do saying and the Timmy sending 100 Ghana. It's more attacking an idiot. Ghana, dear, sir. What I say, more attacking an idiot. Ghana, dear, sir. One can say industry or dance it was once here. Go and listen to the interview. Or can say they are taxing the industry. Industry no can you know a figure of speech. Go and listen well to the interview. Munti most sorry na mokasa. Or kasa osan can be those people they are taxing the e-levy. And the e-levy no we him say ya then ya they are to say oh send 100 more than 100 Ghana cedis a day. Ghana e-levy wo hui. Omo asabi omo ni bi. Obi anu wa sending more than 100 a day. What the Ghana na say wo ho kire wo ni bia. Wo be dan send 100 cedi more than 100 Ghana a day. Sabi yeti abrochire ha yeti ato. We living here in Abuja, we pay a lot of taxes. Holland we pay a lot of taxes. And Holland any transaction be obey online you pay. And the YouTube bukrano biso bia over YouTube channel. Say YouTube at 25% and some a tax. YouTube channel now Facebook are monetizing. You people you talk as if say Mudi or ya obi asho mumu and mu gina ho na mo tete ho. Asama papa kan, what is wrong with that? And asama kan, what is the enjoy in it? If we are seeing in economy struggle, unless it's out to abrochi, on can kware. Abrochi ade ani eto no ene ade a wo ton €1. No wo ton €1 2020. And 2022 and then I'm €3. Milo ani eto ma meba. Amane chocolate drink a eto ma no. Na €1 something. And na more than €3. E wa abrochi Momo kasa too much insurance you ha insurance you ha ya to ni nyina adanse wan hwan wuti UK no nya dwuma menya so wuti bills mpo UK recently ya no mbeka say utility almost increased by 54% last week wonya dwuma don't work in UK most akwase afo we no better social media na mo can say you don't work, you don't pay bills, you don't pay tax. Obianu will transfer his car into your tax. We are draw won't transfer his car. You these people are to say them go na mutiabruchi. Yeah, transfer his car nibi. Ska wana ukomani ska. What you know and throw na moditi social media hana mudi intro. A bruche he fan abe transfer. Who this car kwa to bank? Who deposit this car or bank or hakra? Ya tax €6. You come here and write rubbish. To say them go na atiabu. You can go na atiwo. Okaso go na ati UK won. You come here and write rubbish. They said I'm going to social media hanum and almost sorry. And then throw a yawne and more here. And I saw Mama. Yes, I will insult you if it's a word Jimmy. What I said, because I have to insult people like you. More Jimmy no me do at them. What Jimmy? Uni answer. Because uni answer me say you send money in UK, you don't pay tax. Nyansa ni be na be kan say muyi. Nyansa ni ben na be kan say muyi. Say ada UK nko na ati UK ho. Onko na London uti UK. Nyansa ni ben na be kan say muyi. Nti wa Jimmy dia me de be moma. What I say nyansa ni bia no be kan say muyi. What I say obi a wonim nyansa no enka say wuti abrochire wo sandi sika wontua tax. That is a lie. That is a big time lie. And then online oh yeah, PayPal ne nyama nyina PayPal. Come on, PayPal ne nyama nyina PayPal and the PayPal. Omo nyina and the YouTube this will be our YouTube. Omo get 25% tax from sika YouTube di betua. Bisa omo wo YouTube ni Facebook nyina. Before no monte and no nyina te 25% tax from your YouTube near and the online transaction bia obey they take tax from it and send a service charge number. You people come and talk here to say there munkwana mutiti abruchiri ha. What I say? You people come and talk here to say the munkwana muti abruchiri ha. O mampani interview oh yeah, edian bone no kan. Edian bone no mampani kan. Fine. Obi anim say Ghana ye struggle. Asamo kan so he's not lying. He's not lying. Asamo kan no he's not lying. Eyampa e wi ase economy nyina struggle. E ye true nti o mampani edian tro no odi ye. Economy e wo UK no e te say wow, how Trump was go and read the economy in UK and then Holland and then news more than 100,000 entrepreneurs and are filing for bankrupt. You come here and write rubbish. Your insurance you're increasing times 3. Car insurance, health insurance, everything. You come here and write rubbish. They said you munkwana muyeyi. Yeah, tia brucha I am a mum intro. Sabi nyame adom yetimi kan. Yet so and the Holland had news. Entrepreneur more than 100,000 and are filing for bankrupt because of COVID near. Shaibu medase. Enkofobi ba have provoke ni padodo. Shaibu. Sometimes don't say a bufu and a so painful say the man in Ghana Nana Addo 100%, but at least the man is trying as much as possible to help the country regardless of the situation. Interview people or can I say a problem sir. Ye kumu nyina no omo di solution go in place said the bear afei no bɛkɔ ewie no country no no man penny on ka same view and you say problem now we afford in say there's problem in Ghana we can't solve it asama o kan say we are economy nyina struggle and throw no wodi and a covid in so you're part of our problem no was a man penny lying no he was not and the day born no kan ya mudi na to apampan so na mudi papa natem aden is it a crime to be a president of a country obi a waba sebe or dream of my holy policy be aba say 3 years school there obi anim say school enya education is something sebe ebu nipa brabo ema nipa brabo ko nanim everybody knows say school eya dia ebu nipa brabo ema nipa brabo eya yen eti abrochire ha 3 years ba ye mu bebre aso mu dwen ebi say me sebe me ba bia ni Ghana ko school but wo fa say wo bisuafo wo people enka masumu kura ndwome ene wo komo obi chop money pe na wo school enka first so we sanko penny school fees ni niam abrochirefo bebre at least ebo ankrofo bebre mo betra social media ha e de be na Nana Addo ni boni ni sen enti ye mu bi ni de sabe papa no wo yenu so onye ayi a obetimi a change Ghana in a for ayi but mo wasa na mo muti ho na nkwasiafo no mo betra social media na mo tro nkwasiasem because what to come from ayi aba abrochire nti kwasiasem kwa ayeti abrochire ha ye nyina nim de ko ene ko supermarket na for 50 euro real supermarket uti UK no adanse hwan no muti abrochire mu nya dwuma lazy people social na mo benefit it you don't know what is going on you don't pay bills mutete maso eti mu ya no ma betena ha ye kasa mo mianka mutete maso mo busu for pray wo fe ba mo so bia aso mo ba ha no ma ba kan sim and abrochire obi anu an salary ya tum even 10% impo and so your utility bills be ya tum abrochire and we are paying asema papa ne kan no boa Nana Addo asema wo kan no boa economy ben na enyina ehihim country bia for so say an economy they will bring back the economy e bia na Nana Addo kan abegina ha betro say you send money from UK you don't pay tax or throw for to say what throw for koshini to say you can't say I'm attack I will attack you oh yare papa I will attack you because mo sanko fui mo ye wicked mo your mambofo and am timu osum mo pet bibi say beba eno sa NDC for no what I say mo yes I NDC for you don't want anything that will go better because any NDC no power nti what I say adia o ye no bia na brochiri ha omo ye even where the economy ade omuduna o manam so mo ti abrochiri mo nya dwuma akwadofo te se mo mo tititi ho akwadofo yasesa mo di ma ba gu abrochiri ti mo amre ma me ko so mo ne nam politics mo ne yade mo ba gugu abrochiri e na mo nya dwuma na mo te ho na first an NDC wo power mo se sika de bre mo mamudi enti mo nim de ekọ e wo wiase mu a enti mo sori anoma be trans social media anoma be kikansi mu mo anya dwuma amre mo ahoso amre eti ya tam sika ene ye de o man sika mo mu bebre ba ye de mo ba school kura man ko biu ene ma betina abrochi ena ye de o man sika na ne ye de hwe mo enti mo nim de ekọ wo wiase what I say you pay tax on every transaction be obey online a bank with your tax share one one be so be England your friend is saying it's England also England bank in any tax when you transfer money in the bank charge no mo de ma ya kokohwe ana omo ma we ya so ko bank so wo gi bank ya hwe so wa ba betena ha say ka so nkwa na ati England you challenge yourself na bank na we bank no do mu ntua tax ma ban and the bank will not charge you tax bank ni ntua tax ma ban o kota de kura wo shop tax a utua e kura o mo kire o e wo a receipt so UK no ka so nkwa na ati UK o mo kire o tax a ya te o kota de wo shop tax a utua e kura e kire o na bank masa we kura wasting my time on these people etino interview no me hu bibi boni Nana Addo kan Nana Addo o kire situation e wom Eyampa, and we are seeing go through this same sort of problems. Our country will be a bomb modern say or best solve situation. So Ghana so no exception. True. And Ghana and Kwandi and mismanagement and a mismanagement. Before COVID, na sabe economic figures here Kenya. Ugu go na it was true. Things were going on. Well, at least yewo sa problem ni nyina free SHS ne nneɛma all the policies aye ni nyina ye adwuma kakra eko nanim country bia nyina na mo so but obia Nana Addo nka say because of that inti me de message me dem refam wo se ye de nneɛma atoto akon mu ebebo o man na akɔ anim saa na o man ye no what I say na country no kakra then we will be out of the woods ni nyina yakɔ anim mompo o man yi adwen bone ne esum eni trimusum ne ahoyeye a ahye momanti no kyese eye Nana Addo nko a de obeye bia mo beka mo nkoso nka but who just bless no one cares. Ghana will succeed and progress mo bone ni mo moja na wo mutirimu no enye dwuma nyankopon obeka Ghana ho na God will never forsake Ghana na Ghana ebe Ghana na mo so enipa bonefo